Stop being foolish. There won't be a divorce, my unfaithful wife said coldly. I just need one night to prove I'm still attractive to other men. She told me she was going on a date and spending the night with him. Little did she know her words would ignite a vengeance that would change everything. I had always believed my marriage to Amelia was unbreakable. We met at university. Two driven souls navigating the competitive world of finance. She was brilliant, calculated, always in command. We built our careers side by side. Her in corporate finance, me in investment banking. We had wealth, luxury, and what I thought was love. But I was mistaken. One evening, in our sleek London penthouse, Amelia stood by the window, sipping wine. Her icy blue eyes avoided mine as she spoke. Stop being foolish. There won't be a divorce. And blinked. What? She pivoted, utterly composed, as if discussing the weather. I just need one night to prove I'm still attractive to other men. That's all. I felt the ground shift beneath me. Amelia, do you even hear yourself? Yes. She exhaled, clearly tired of my questions. Adrian, you don't understand. I need this. It's not about you. It's not about me. I let out a hollow laugh. You're literally telling me you're going to cheat, and I'm supposed to accept it? She rolled her eyes and set her glass down on the marble countertop. It's not cheating if I tell you. I'm being honest. I just need to know I still hold power. I love you, Adrian, but I refuse to be caged. I stared, searching for the woman I married. Then, without another word, she crossed to our bedroom, pulled out a suitcase, and began packing. Openly, without shame, because she believed herself untouchable. Something inside me snapped. She assumed I'd do nothing, that I'd sit helplessly. She was wrong. The moment the door clicked shut, I grabbed my phone. Luca, I said as my best friend answered. I need your help. Luca, my closest friend since university and a top-notch forensic accountant, sensed my urgency. What's happened? Amelia's cheating, or about to. I need to expose her. Luca whistled softly. That's cold, man. But I'm in. What's the plan? Exhaled. First, dig through her finances. She's meticulous, but everyone has blind spots. Find anything suspicious. Got it. Anything else? I managed a slow, determined smirk. Yeah. Let's make sure she regrets this night for the rest of her life. By the time Amelia returned the next morning, still wearing the same dress, I was already 2 steps ahead. She strolled in, tossed her bag on the couch, utterly unfazed. See, she said, stretching her arms. No big deal. I watched her, expression unreadable. Did you have fun? I asked quietly. She cast me a calm, evaluating glance. Adrian, don't be childish. I said nothing. I simply smiled and turned away. That was the moment she should have known something was wrong, but she didn't. She had no idea that while she'd been proving herself to some stranger, I'd been proving something far more important. I could dismantle her world. The first blow struck at her job. Luca had uncovered something shocking. Hidden transactions and financial misconduct. Amelia had been funneling company money into secret accounts. Not huge sums that would trigger immediate alarms, but enough to be illegal. She must have believed herself untouchable. That illusion shattered when an anonymous tip landed on the firm's compliance department's desk. Later that night, I watched her pace our living room, phone pressed to her ear. What do you mean flagged transactions? That's absurd, she cried, panic creeping into her voice. She was unraveling, and I was only getting started. The next day, her credit card was declined at a high-end boutique. First, she waved it off. It's probably just a bank error, she murmured, retrieving another card. But by week's end, she could no longer ignore what was happening. One evening, standing in our bedroom doorway, her composure cracked. Adrian, she said, voice shaky. Something's wrong. I looked up from my laptop. Your accounts are all frozen, she said, hesitating. And there's an investigation at work. Someone reported me. I raised an eyebrow. That's serious. Her eyes narrowed. You don't seem surprised. Shrugged. Maybe because I know exactly who you are. She drew a sharp breath. I did nothing wrong. I cut in calmly. This is on you, your own choices. Her lips parted, but she had no response. Let the fear settle in. The final piece fell into place when I handed her the divorce papers. Her hands trembled as she flipped through them. You're serious? She asked, voice trembling. Absolutely, I replied. Her face contorted with disbelief. You can't just leave me. I made one mistake, just one. Yes, I said quietly. And it changed everything. I laughed. No, Amelia, you made a choice and so did I. Her arrogance faded, replaced by desperation. You love me, she whispered. I shook my head. I loved the woman I thought you were. Now I just want to watch you fall. With that, I walked away, leaving her to face the wreckage she had created. Amelia had spent years building her perfect image. A successful, respected finance professional, a devoted wife, a person in complete control. In just a few days, I had demolished it all. The investigation at her firm intensified. The board of directors, once full of praise, now eyed her with suspicion. Compliance officers combed through every transaction, scrutinizing each discrepancy. Her accounts remained frozen, and her reputation was crumbling. On top of that, she faced an imminent divorce. The weight of it all was beginning to show. One morning, I found her at the kitchen counter, staring blankly into her coffee cup, her nails tapping anxiously on the table. The once confident Amelia was fading, and I savored every moment. Then came the real blow. Adrian, she called, her voice softer than usual. We need to talk. I leaned against the doorframe, arms crossed. About what? She exhaled deeply. I made a mistake. I raised an eyebrow. You don't say. She swallowed hard. I got carried away. It wasn't about you. It was about me needing to feel desirable. I finished her thought for her. Yes, but it didn't mean anything. Her eyes filled with tears. I love you. I said nothing. I had already made my choice. That I laughed, a deep, genuine laugh. You love me. I repeated. You love me so much that you told me to my face you'd sleep with another man. That's the love you speak of. Tears welled in her eyes. I didn't think it would hurt you so much. I tilted my head. There's the problem, Amelia. You never thought about me at all. She reached for my hand, but I stepped back. We can fix this, she pleaded. I studied her for a long moment. No, Amelia. You must live with the consequences. Over the next week, she reached her breaking point. First, her firm let her go. Those financial discrepancies were too serious to ignore. She tried to fight the allegations, but once finance scandals surface, there's no recovering one's reputation. Then she discovered her so-called lover had vanished. He was just someone who never planned to face the fallout. Finally, she realized she had nothing left. Amelia had always believed herself untouchable, that she could charm her way out of any crisis. Not this time. I made certain she lost everything. The divorce papers were only the start. I transferred all shared assets into my name. Our apartment was sold, the luxury car repossessed, her credit destroyed. Everything she thought we owned together was gone. The day she came home to change locks, her suitcases piled on the doorstep and an eviction notice bearing my name, she understood the full weight of her choices. I watched from across the street as she sank to her knees, confronting the reality of her new life. The woman who once had everything now had nothing, and I felt lighter than I had in years. Few nights later, my phone rang. It was Amelia. At first, I nearly ignored the call, but curiosity won. Hello, answered. Silence. Then a shaky breath. I have nothing, Adrian. Leaned back. Yes, I know. More silence. Finally, she whispered. Please. Smirk. Please what? Please help me. Almost I felt a twinge of sympathy. Almost. You destroyed me, she sobbed. I lost everything. My job, my reputation, my money. You planned this, didn't you? I sighed. Amelia, you did this to yourself. I only made sure you felt the consequences. Through her tears, she said, I was your wife. I closed my eyes, disappointed. You were supposed to be my wife, but you threw that away for one night's validation. She whispered again, desperation in her voice. Adrian. But I was done. You made your bed, Amelia. Now lie in it. Then I hung up. I stared at the phone, almost expecting another call. But none came. In that silence, I realized she understood I was gone for good. I walked away from that life. I left London, started fresh in Zurich. My career flourished, my personal life blossomed, and for the first time in years I felt free. I no longer carried the weight of betrayal, only the satisfaction of knowing Amelia had learned the hardest lesson of all. Arrogance collapses you faster than betrayal ever can. Last I heard, she was still struggling, unemployed, alone, and fighting to rebuild what she had lost. Have no regrets. True vengeance isn't born from anger. It's the moment they realize exactly what they've lost. Betrayal only hurts if the betrayed cling to it. Once you let go, the burden shifts entirely onto the one who caused it.